Look at almost any serious power system in the world, from a factory floor to the national grid, and you'll find the same thing. Power isn't delivered on a single pair of wires. It comes in three phases. So why three? Why not one, which would be simpler, or 5, or 10? It turns out 3 is a genuine sweet spot, a number that buys you two big advantages at once for surprisingly little extra cost. Once you see why, it makes complete sense. So let's build the whole idea up, starting from a single wire. Start with the simplest possible supply, a single phase. The voltage is just a sine wave, swinging positive, then negative, 50 or 60 times a second, depending on where you live. The current rises and falls along with it. Now, here's the part people miss. The power being delivered is the voltage multiplied by the current. And when you plot that product over time, it doesn't sit at a nice, steady value. It pulses, up and down. In fact, twice in every cycle, the power drops all the way to zero. For a heater or a light bulb, that's no problem at all. But for a lot of things, that pulsing is a serious drawback. Where that pulsing really bites is in motors, and motors do most of the real work in the world. A motor wants a smooth, steady push to turn its shaft. Give it power that surges to a peak and then collapses to zero 100 times a second, and it vibrates, it runs rough, it's noisy, and it has a hard time starting on its own. What we'd really like is power that arrives in a constant, unbroken stream, with no gaps. So the real question is this: how do we take pulsing power and smooth it into something steady? Here's the key idea. What if we don't rely on a single supply, but on several of them, each one timed a little differently? The trick is the offset. If one supply is dipping toward zero, we want another one that's rising up to cover the gap. So let's try adding a second phase, shifted in time from the first. Straight away, the deepest gaps start to fill in, and the combined power is noticeably steadier than before. But it's still not smooth. With just two phases, there are still moments where both are low at the same time, so the total still sags. We're close, but the timing isn't quite right yet. The answer is three phases, and the exact spacing is what makes it work. We take three identical sine waves, and we shift each one by a third of a cycle. That's 120 degrees apart, evenly spread out. Now, watch what that does. At any instant, you pick. If one phase happens to be falling, the other two are always positioned to pick up the slack between them. There is never a moment when all three are low together. The phases are arranged so that they are always covering for each other. And here's the payoff. If you add up the power being delivered by all three phases, moment by moment, the individual peaks and dips cancel each other out, almost completely. The total comes out flat. A smooth, constant flow of power that never drops to zero, the entire time. Compare that to the single phase we started with, pulsing all the way down to nothing, and you can see what a difference it makes. That steady flow, on its own, is already a big win. But three phases hand us a second gift, and it might be even more important. Take those same three phases and feed them into three coils, set evenly around a circle. Because each coil reaches its peak at a slightly different moment, the magnetic field they produce together doesn't just sit in one place. It sweeps around, rotating smoothly around the circle, like an invisible hand turning. And a rotating magnetic field is exactly what you need to spin a motor. You drop a rotor into the middle, and it gets dragged around by the turning field. That is the heart of the induction motor, the workhorse of industry. Without three-phase, getting a smooth rotation like this is far, far harder. Three phases save you something else too, a surprising amount of copper. You might assume that three phases obviously need 3 times the wire, but it doesn't work out that way. Because the three currents are evenly spaced in time, the current that would flow back on a shared return path very nearly cancels to nothing. In a perfectly balanced system, you don't even need a heavy return wire at all. The end result is that three-phase carries far more power for every kilogram of copper than single-phase ever could. Less metal, more power delivered, lower cost. That is a big reason the whole grid is built around three phases. So if three phases beat one by this much, why stop at three? Why not 4 or 6 or even more? You actually can, and a handful of specialized systems, like some large rectifiers, do use 6 or 12 phases for particular reasons. But for general power, you hit diminishing returns fast. Every extra phase you add means another conductor to run, more terminals, bigger equipment, and more cost, while the extra smoothness you gain gets smaller each time. 3 is the lowest number of phases that gives you both a genuinely constant power flow and a rotating field. It's the point where you get almost all of the benefit for the least possible expense. So, where do you actually run into three-phase power? Honestly, almost everywhere that power is generated, moved, or used in any serious quantity. The generators in power stations produce it as three phases right from the start. The transmission lines marching across the country carry all three together. Factories, large buildings, and heavy machines all run on it directly. Your home is usually connected to just one of the three phases, which is more than enough for your lights, your sockets, and your kettle. But step up to anything that does real work, and you are almost certainly looking at three-phase. So, let's pull it together. A single phase delivers power that pulses, dropping all the way to zero twice a cycle. Three phases, spaced 120 degrees apart, add up to a smooth, constant flow that never reaches zero. Those same three phases create a rotating magnetic field that spins our motors. And they do all of it while using less copper than you would expect. Two big wins, plus real efficiency, for one extra wire. That is why 3 is the sweet spot, and why almost everything around you quietly runs on three-phase power. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.